Good evening. I'm Alex, and we welcome you to Homebrew, presented by Raven and Blade. Homebrew is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons live play that started on Twitch in early 2019 and has evolved into a podcast that can be heard on YouTube or your favorite audio storytelling platforms. Homebrew tells the tale of 5 emergent freelancers for hire: Gareth the Battlemaster, the Elf Assassin Lee, Lux the Gnome Wizard, Finny the Gnoll Druid, and the Dwarven Barbarian Thoradin, and their adventures in the lands of Alinadin. Thieves of the Violet Banner Guild have hired the party to investigate the disappearance of their leader, Taimalis the White, inside a recently discovered ruin located underneath the Church of the One God in Syrinscape. We hope you enjoy.
Alright, I'm healed up. I got all my rages back. Cleaned off my axes.
Got my spell slots.
I'm ready to go fight some scorpions and some Tweety birds.
Tweety birds. What does one wear? What does one wear for a starling battle?
Bring out the chickadees.
I would like to know why chalk is considered consumable.
I mean, if you have an upset stomach.
Like consumable as in you eat it or it gets consumed as you use it.
Ah.
Oh. There we go.
So the site of the altercation that you had was right around here.
Okay.
That little red dot.
Yeah.
I mean, they attacked us, so I don't understand what the problem is.
And Munu did kill like 6 people.
They tried to kill us first.
I don't.
But
really
still,
like explaining that.
it's a lot of paperwork and explaining and
Yeah.
sit down investigations, blah blah blah.
The scrubbing of the streets.
So, what direction do you want to go to get to the foundation? Where you're meeting Marta and the others is right around there.
I would like to go a
Please
direction
stay
that
on the
does not take
waterfront.
us, towards our crime scene.
Stay on the waterfront and then work our way up from there. Once we get, over this way,
Gotcha.
and then go up.
So you kind of want to go. Oh, go up that way. Okay.
No.
I was going to
Waterfront.
take it.
Follow the
Then
waterfront
we take
over,
this road up.
and then here, and then go up. Like, see where that road is that comes up?
Oh, here.
Are you doing something that we
Go
don't
ahead.
see, or are you just making doodly noises? Oh, there it is. I see it now.
I was making doodly noises while I was doodling-ing.
I just didn't get the lines didn't show up on my page, so it sounded like they were unrelated to anything.
Just random doodling.
Random doodly
Oops.
doodly.
So they have the areas that are cordoned off are like the roads, like here, here,
Majorly.
here. So basically, you'll have to approach from this side.
You could approach from here.
Well, no, because you can't cross that plaza right there to get to the other side, because you're meeting them down there.
Oh, okay.
Are you guys
So the
taking
lower
any?
2 arrows.
Okay. Are you guys taking any steps to disguise your appearance at all?
I'm wearing a hood.
I can't really be disguised that easily.
Yeah, just go around on all fours. We'll just tell them that you're a service dog.
I growl at you.
I'm just gonna walk behind. So, I'll walk towards the back of the line, and that way, the people that are more stealthy and maybe have better perception. can be
Put
ahead.
Lux can ride on Thoradin's shoulders, and you guys can wear a big brown overcoat
Yep.
with
All right.
sunglasses and a hat.
Done.
That'll work.
Yes, I am an adult grown-up.
They're named Vincent Adult.
I would like to buy 3 alcohols, please.
This is another short joke.
All right, so you guys kind of keep it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so not a lot's happening anyway, but you guys, keep away from the major avenues as best you can. Try to stick to the more shadowy alleyways and buildings and whatnot. And finally, you come up into this alley alongside this building where Marta and the 2 others are sitting and kneeling down behind crates and whatnot. You sort of look out onto the street. You can see the foundation up a little bit closer to a little bit further up north. The foundation itself is this. It's a fairly well balanced series of stone carved architecture with different wings. There are more rectangular buildings of only like 2 or 3 stories, but then they also have these sort of grand sky-piercing towers in the complex. And
Just stick your thumb in.
Just stick your thumb in. Very ornate sort of steps up to the main entrance of the church. 2 large domes in sort of the center. I'm trying to think back to my art history as far as like the names of all the parts of the church, but sort of the center portion of the church is 2 domes, like breasts if viewed from the sky. And one wing of the place, sort of to the northeast, is where the accident happened 10 months ago. And you can see that, the towers that were standing there are no longer present. Buildings are collapsed. Can't see it too well from here, but you imagine there's a lot of rubble and debris and whatnot. The roadblocks seem to amount to nothing more than just different groups of 4 Gold Sun guards at each location, just sort of shooing people away from the area. There are some wooden barricades sort of set up blocking any sort of wagon travel from being able to go through. But
is the area pretty busy still for being 3 in the morning?
No, it's not at all.
Okay.
No, the streets are fairly empty.
All right. Can we see the entrance per se?
Like sort of the main entrance to the church, you can, but that's not where you'll go. You would go to get to where the collapsed part is, where the ruins were found.
That's what I was. Like, can we see where we need to enter?
The ruins are sort of back there.
Oh, that tiny green dot.
Yeah.
Bitty line. Okay.
So how do you want to approach the Marta and the other Banner guild members? They did some reconnaissance and kind of checked the area out. Gold Sun's not really, because of the threat of this sort of chaotic whatever's happening, there aren't a whole lot of people trying to get in, so they're not really patrolling. They're pretty much sticking to their posts on the main roads just to dissuade people who may not know any better from coming in. So it should not be too difficult to just kind of go around the long way, go through the grassy plaza there in that block, and just make your way to where the entrance is in the ruins.
Are Marta and company coming with us, or are we going in on this?
No, we are going to stay here and wait for you, and make sure that if anything looks like they're going to be coming in behind you, we can maybe do something about that. At least distract them long enough until you can get out.
Glad to know nothing's going to be coming in behind.
Oh yeah, corn dogs, yeah. So how do you want to approach us? Anyone?
I guess go around the back.
I can. Yeah.
Like,
do you want me to go first as a rat or anything?
Do we feel anything or notice anything?
Make.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I notice any sort of magical presence in the?
You can definitely do an Arcana check. Yes.
I want to do a perception check just to see if I notice anything that looks suspicious or that could cause us trouble.
You smell, Lee, a weird combination of peppermint and grease.
Ew.
It's very subtle, but it's definitely in the air. Lux, you don't notice any overt magical things at the moment.
So is it a fried candy cane?
Kind of like a fried candy cane. Yeah. Or if you checked your car oil with a long peppermint stick instead of a
dipstick. Like a dipstick.
Yeah.
Like, I'm imagining it's like you're trying to cover up your car stink with one of those little tree-shaped air fresheners.
Yeah, except the air freshener, it smells less artificial and more organic. I mean, if it smells like actual mint. So what do you think?
I'm thinking, maybe if we, like, sneak in down here and then go through this grassy plaza and then up around.
Are there, like, any, like, kids around or anything?
No,
like they're up to no good?
No kids.
Okay. Like anybody at all?
Other than the guard post, no, there's really no traffic at the moment.
Okay.
And they're not giving a shit. That investigation along the way to make sure we don't hit any traps. Maybe leave.
Bless you. Oh, chew.
Bless you.
Well, now you alerted the guards.
Great.
Wow.
Do people in other countries who do not speak English also go a chew?
I don't know.
Something else?
It's possible. I mean,
I don't
it's
think
not a
so.
noise I make intentionally. That's the noise that happens when I sneeze violently.
Right.
Like, the word that you use to describe the sneeze sound is different in different languages.
Yeah. And I don't know. Not everybody I know says a chew. Like my sister just goes chew.
Yeah, I don't have the ah part. I have just the chew.
It's either cute chew or I do like full like old man cough sneeze.
All right.
I say we go for it. Let's get our sneak on.
Okay.
All right. What sort of marching order are you going to have going through?
I am not very sneaky, so that might be a
I'll go
problem.
first, 'cause I'm pretty stealthy, like all evidence to the contrary with my earlier roll.
I'm not stealthy nor unstealthy.
I'm +2 stealthy, so I'm not bad for a dwarf.
You'd think I'd have some stealth, but I don't have any.
So who's the stealthiest? Lee?
Yeah.
Me.
Probably. I have +5.
Yeah, she should lead, I think.
Yeah,
I have
I'll go up
+0,
first.
so I'll stay, I guess, in the middle.
So Lee is first,
Also pretty acrobatic.
and who is second?
Lux, how are you on?
I just negligible. I have like a +1. All right. So Lee, who had the next? Who else? Who has a +2?
Thornton,
I
I think.
I also have a +2.
So
Yeah,
let's put
sorry.
the not stealthy motherfuckers in the middle and put some stealthy people up front.
Okay.
So Lee, Thornton, Finny, me, and then Gareth.
Sounds good.
Okay.
That way, if someone in the middle fucks up, there's still a stealthy person to cover our asses. Does that work for everyone?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
So we want to stand. We want to get in order over here. So Lee's first.
Lee, Thoradin, Finny, Lux, and Gareth.
There we go. Hi ho.
It's off to work we go.
Bring us. I don't see us anywhere.
You're over to the left.
Oh, there we are. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Go left. Go left.
Pivot. So you manage to under cover of darkness and night, you make your way across the road, across the plaza, and curl around to where this accident happened. They've cleared out a lot of debris in the 10 months since it happened. And you can see some new construction, the scaffolding and whatnot coming off of the main church. And then there's a depressed area that you proceed down into where you can see basically a big dark hole in the ground where some stone steps are descending into the darkness. Surrounding the whole area, you see these starlings that Marta had told you about, roosted on all the high spots, just standing there, unmoving, until you start to approach, and then they each, all in unison, all of their heads turn and look right at you.
Didn't someone have speak with animals or communicate or animal friendship or something?
I have a scroll of animal friendship, and then I think both Thoradin and I have befriend animal or something like that.
You have to touch them for that, though, right?
The animal friendship, I don't.
What does the scroll of friendship do?
Oh, right. Speak with animals. And speak with animals, visual. So any animal within my sight I can communicate with.
Would it be worth trying to see what's up with these birds? They're not very smart, I'd imagine, though. I think that's intelligence-based as well.
Yeah, the knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at a minimum, they can give you information about locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day. Might be able to persuade a beast to perform a small favor at the GM's discretion.
Might be worth.
Okay.
Thoughts? Everyone?
Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and see if they can give me any information. Did that do a thing? Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so hello, birds.
So you cast a spell. It's a. Do you cast it as a ritual or just as a straight spell? If you cast it as a ritual, then it won't cost you a spell slot, but it takes 10 minutes.
Do we
I
have
think that's
10
worth it.
Yeah. Let's hang here and do a little ritual, and I'll crumble something or sprinkle something or turn around in a circle or whatever.
And you have to make sort of a spell circle out of found natural things in your environment. So you spend a few minutes constructing this, and then you begin the silent chanting. When the ritual is complete, you send out that sort of connective ray towards one of the starlings, and as soon as it connects, your head fills with, you wouldn't even know what static was, but it's like static and white noise jumbled in with this chaotic mess of fractured images that you can't even don't stay in your mind long enough to be able to process even what it was, and noise outside of anything that you've ever perceived before, and you immediately shut the link off as soon as it happens.
Okay.
Just because of how disconcerting and wrong that it felt to you.
Right. Nothing like any other animals I have ever communicated with.
No.
This fits with my chaos theory, which I suppose I shared with the group earlier.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you shared it or not, but those were your thoughts earlier at the tavern.
I shared it.
Folks, there is something very wrong with these birds. They are not operating as a normal bird.
Lux, you feel something tentacle-like wrap around the calves, one of your calves.
Oh, hell.
Okay.
What do you do?
Does she like it?
That's, that is not cool.
When she looks down, does she see it as well?
No, as soon as she looks down, the feeling disappears and there's nothing there.
I share this strange feeling and find it unnerving.
Is your leg okay? Is there any mark upon it?
No marks.
All right. I'm going to keep my gnome cunning in mind.
The hairs on the back of my neck go up.
I have flashbacks of the falling thing that I had, and I'm like, I hate head games.
Mm-hmm.
Thoradin, suddenly you taste cherry ice cream for some reason.
Nice. Yeah.
And now, much.
And Gareth has a clown nose. Just all of a sudden. You don't have no idea why.
I mean, I wasn't going to say anything.
Lee reaches out and honks it.
It's Red Nose Day.
All right, so before you, it's about 3:20, 3:30 in the morning. Before you are the stone steps leading underneath through the debris and the ruin, the foundation.
How far away are we from the entrance?
Oh, you're right there. It's like
right there.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it.
Down we go.
Yep.
I love it.
So the stairs go down a fairly good distance. You feel like you're going down at least 4 or 5 floors. The stairs kind of curve, go in a sort of a large sort of spiral until finally straightening out. and it finally comes to a sharp 90-degree turn to the right.
Is continuing to kind of probe with my arcane check probably a good idea? Is that something I can do?
Yeah, you can do that frequently, sure.
Yeah, because I'm a little on edge now that
You'll be every time you do it, you'll be stopping and taking a moment to sort of look at things and get a sense of things.
I feel like after our experiences, that's worth it. Is someone checking for traps? Is Lee?
Yes.
No one has yet checked for traps, at least verbally. But
is that just a perception?
It would be a perception check, yes, and you have to state exactly where you're looking, like what square you're checking in.
Okay.
Does my arcane check do anything?
You don't detect any arcane magics. You get the sense that what you're dealing with here is potentially more of divine origin.
I share that.
So I'm checking for traps along, like here, and here, like the corridor before it seems to open up wider.
You do not find any sort of. You don't detect any sort of traps. Find any indication of traps in your immediate area.
Okay, so I will move up to here.
That'd be fine.
And then I will check here.
And everyone can follow in behind.
So I'll be checking all leading up to. From my vantage point, what does this thing in the middle of the room look like?
I'm about to tell you. I'm just letting everyone move up.
How do I light a torch so I can see?
Oh, that's right. Gareth is. So you want to go with a torch?
I don't know any other way I could see things unless someone's got some spell they can use on something. Okay, I can see a little better now.
So Gareth lights a torch.
I know there's a golden skull on me.
That indicates that you are carrying a light source.
Okay.
Dude.
Hi, I'm a target.
Yeah, that's what it says to me. Hit me.
All of a sudden, you became much more valuable.
So the first thing you notice coming down these stairs and down this hallway is that this whole complex feels very dangerous as far as stability. It's
like cave-in type stuff.
Cave-in type stuff is a lot of dust sort of drifting down from the ceiling, and the sound of rocks crumbling in the distance and through the walls.
Yodeling is a bad idea.
We're saying we rely on the dwarf to tell us where to not step.
Right. So you're kind of, staying very alert as to any sudden shifts in the environment while you're down here. So the stairs, which are just covered with debris and rocks and, bits of carved stuff that had fallen down off of the walls and the pillars from up above, they lead down to this really old-looking, somewhat circular chamber with what looks like an open stone chest in the center. And you can see that there is drawings or writing of some kind carved into the chest. And the lid of it, like a sarcophagus, has been removed and is set to one side, sort of resting on top of this chest.
Good.
What's the footprint situation and things like that?
Yeah.
Have someone make a perception check for that.
I just want you to tell me without having to do anything.
Right.
You have so much perception, you get to check 4 times.
I have no perception.
Oh.
I perceive not.
Lux thinks you guys are back
my
on the
other
ship.
one was a Nat 20.
Lux thinks she never woke up from her nap and she's dreaming right now.
Actually, I'm just too short to see it in front of anyone.
That's really why I have +5 perception.
Finny's-
Because I'm tall.
Yeah, Finny's right in front of me, so I see fur.
You see a furry butt right in your face.
I like it.
I keep my tail to one side so I don't smack you with it.
Fit your hand in here, it might be tight.
There are some signs of recent activity in the area, though there is so much dust coming down continuously from the ceiling that it's fairly quickly obscuring any sort of fine detail. But Thoradin can just make out that it looks like at least a couple of people have moved through here in the last couple of days.
So
I share with them that there's been traffic here in the last couple of days. Should we check out? Should we try to check out the writings to see if we can make sense of it?
We should, but I'm gonna check for some traps first between where I'm standing and where this open chest sarcophagus, whatever thing is.
I was gonna say, we have things we could throw onto the ground to see if,
No, remember we left the baby behind.
So do I perceive any traps between myself and this open?
You do not. You make it all the way to the chest, and you don't see any pressure plates or tripwires or anything of that nature.
Peel?
Did you say banana peels?
Yes.
No banana peels.
Cool.
There is a pile of Legos off to one side you have to watch out for.
Oh my gosh, watch out.
Those
little
hurt.
Sons of bitches.
This is true
Fuck that
chaos.
couch.
So who would be the best to come up and try and decipher?
Probably me.
So I'll step over to the side.
Would that be a history?
It would be an Arcana check on this.
Please roll well, please roll well, please roll well. Yes. No.
Oh.
What the hell?
There's too much dust accumulation and damage from the explosion and from whatever happened when the lid was removed, but you can't get any sort of sense of what these runes were for.
That's unfortunate.
Lee just shoves you back and says, "Let me handle this, I guess." And
My plus
I
6
know
was
what you're
useless.
saying.
Lee, these runes, and you also note a sort of matching sort of pattern on the doorway, which ahead of you, the door, it's a stone door, solid, but it's open. And you can see, at least from here, your dark vision, it's very dim and everything's in grayscale, but you can make out that the runes seem to match. It's some sort of abjuration magic involved with this, but there's also religious icon.
That is literally my freaking I suck.
It was just
the thing I follow.
It's just luck of the dice roll.
Yeah.
There was some reason you got dust in your eye, like right when you were looking, suddenly this cloud of dust came down from the ceiling. You started coughing and hacking and your eyes were watering, so you're just like, someone else look.
They took her this information, would she be able to do anything with that? Could she then do a religion check?
Could she do a religion check?
Yeah,
some other-
I don't have that.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely she could.
Can
Just
you
me.
tell
It's going to be any.
language it's written in?
Where's religion? Religion I don't have as much plus on, but apparently I roll like crap anyhow. There we go. That's a little better.
The marks seem to indicate these runes are old. You can tell that they're probably 5th era, 2,000 years ago maybe. They seem to be related to, at the time, he was known as Anad, which for the Lawnfall and the Rashian in this part of the world, that was sort of an early creation god, and it's definitely abjuration type stuff. They were trying to keep something locked away here.
This seems to be some sort of protection.
But you no longer sense whatever was here. So either the explosion or some sort of tampering afterwards has removed this seal, and now stuff is just sort of free to happen as it happens.
So I hate to tell you all this, but whatever was in here, whatever warding spell was keeping it here, it's not in here anymore.
Oh dear.
Super.
So
You can't
expect
tell what it was.
all I know is that these symbols remind me of things that I studied at school, the abjuration, and that typically is some form of shielding or protection or confinement against evil, and it's broke, yo.
So this is a dumb question, but since I don't have good vision, is there anything else in this room, any exits or anything?
Just the stone door on the opposite side of the room.
So if I walk around, I don't see anything else other than that.
Right, only that.
Do
Okay.
we... And we saw
Couldn't
footprints?
see anything.
You did see signs of activity. There was some foot, not literal prints, but there was signs of
Signs of life.
foot traffic.
So does it look like this sarcophagus or whatever it is was opened recently then by this traffic, or does it look like it's been opened long ago?
You would say that it's been opened fairly recently.
Does it look like the foot traffic heads this way? Is there disturbances over there too?
It does look like it continues past the chest, yes.
All right. Do we want to keep going?
Yes.
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 I mean, we got to find our peoples that we're looking for.
All right.
Oh, well, I definitely don't perceive anything as I get.
Finney, I just sent you a message. I don't know if you saw it in chat.
I hear some chittering coming down the hallway that leads to the east.
Oh, you mean the one that we're headed towards?
Yeah. There's some chittering.
Super cool.
So
What?
there's that.
Like, what's chittering?
What
Like,
is chittering?
Like
So
squirrel noise.
from around the edges of the hall, this swarm of centipedes suddenly
Oh, really?
Yeah.
suddenly
Fuck you.
pours out. Do you not like centipedes? Is that a problem?
I fucking hate centipedes. House centipedes. I don't mind regular centipedes.
Burn them with fire. Burn them.
Oh man.
That's.
Oh, just not my thing.
Can I entangle them? Will they get entangled? Will they
How do you feel about
usually have to
millipedes?
I mean, it
Ew.
depends on the length of leg. So
Okay.
it's the house centipedes I don't like.
Okay.
Anything more than 8 legs is just kind of not my thing. But so the millipedes that had the short little legs that look like little armored tanks, and they're not all like spiky-legged, evil, fucking human centipede, creepy looking. Like those are
Big
alright.
antennas. Yeah.
But yeah, centipedes are just.
Are they
typically-
normal size? Just a bunch of them, or are they?
Oh, that's not better. That's not better.
All right, everyone, roll initiative.
Unfortunately, I'm an asshole, and I have to restart my computer.
You are an asshole,
I will be back.
but we'll forgive you. I'll get a refill while you're restarting.
Opportunity to be back in a minute.
Hi, fellas.
Roy Rogers!
Say, that's a pretty tricky hat, isn't it? Partners, how would you like to surprise your pals like that? Well, you can with my new Roy Rogers Quick Shooter hat. It's by Ideal. And here's how the Quick Shooter hat works. Just press this secret button right here, and a replica of an authentic Western pistol pops out and fires. It's your secret weapon, even when they think you're unarmed. So get Ideal's new Roy Rogers Quick Shooter hat at your favorite store today, and you'll always be ready for anything. Ask for Ideal's new Roy Rogers Quick Shooter hat.
Lucky beer, premium beer, lucky premium beer. So lively, get lucky, swing to exciting beer flavor.
Finest ingredients, aged for flavor. That's Lucky Lager. Flavor that's entertaining, enthusiastic, a very exciting beer.
Lucky beer, premium beer.
So yeah,
Lucky premium
thanks for
beer.
my worst nightmare, Alex. Let's continue.
I had no idea that you had a thing about centipedes.
Yeah, that's like my one phobia that I just can't handle.
I'm actually super glad to know that, so I don't try to show you one or something.
what
I
she
don't
doesn't
mind
know
the
is
ones
that-
in the garden.
Like, what about these? Are these, like, not good ones? Or can you handle
house
those?
centipedes. So when I was a little girl, I was in the bathtub and my mom had a philodendron and one fell off of it and landed on my face and crawled down my neck and body into the water and legs floating. And I've never, and they were all over my parents' house. I mean, like 3-4 inch long ones. They were huge. I don't like them. I don't, like, straight up Tom and Jerry.
It makes sense.
What she doesn't know is by making my office down in the basement, I'll eventually be bitten by one and turn into one overnight.
Or just get the powers of a centipede.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I try not to kill them because I know they're supposed to be good, but I can't. Like,
Yeah, they
we're
do.
not
They
friends.
do. They do handle the pests for us. All right, we'll see through
I've
your
never had
phobia
to make it.
long enough to roll initiative, Lux.
Yeah, I can handle it.
I mean,
Think of this as therapy for you. You can work out some of your fears about centipedes by bashing some. Oh,
I have no. Yeah, I'm not feeling them.
she is actively running the other way.
I am still back in the hallway, as you see. Like, so I'll be back here.
Yep,
I
she
wanna
just
know what a closet is.
she just noped her way all the way upstairs.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that you'd be able to see that name. So pretend you don't know that they're closets.
Right. Well, I'm not looking
Yeah.
forward to whatever it is.
As far as you know, it's an unusually large centipede. They're like
Yeah.
smaller swarmed centipedes with these two larger ones sort of in the mix.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool.
Super thrilled about that.
Bring it.
Lux, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Why do I feel like you're using this against me? Is this magic?
I
I have advantage on wisdom saving throws against magic. That's why I'm asking.
against magic. It's not a spell.
Any magically based thing that I am wisdom saving throw. Doesn't say spell. It says magic.
Well, I'm trying to figure out if it is considered magic. It's a natural ability,
I am not wisdom.
but I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So you now are frightened,
Yes.
but now Lux is also frightened
Roll for that.
for 1 minute. You have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
So for
And
the
you-
entirety of this battle?
Oh, as long as you can see this particular centipede,
Oh, the head one.
the one
So
whose turn it
Magnus
is
does
right
not
now,
like the ham bone. Good
and you
point.
cannot
Okay.
willingly move closer to the source of the fear. So yeah, this thing, like to you, this thing looks like it's like a sandworm from Dune. It just
Yeah.
Oh,
came out, it filled the entire passage with the smaller centipede sort of crawling around it and on top
yeah,
of
that
it.
sounds horrible. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's the worst thing you could imagine.
Yeah,
And it's
it is.
it's in your face right now.
Yeah.
So you can repeat your saving throw at the end of each of your turn with disadvantage if
Okay.
it's within your line of sight. And the effect will end if you succeed at the saving throw.
Okay.
And Lee,
So if I attack something different, do I still have disadvantage?
you get disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls. Yes, as long as it's within line of sight, it's all attack rolls.
Okay.
So, like, how big is this closet?
To you, it's just a big ass centipede.
How big
And
is it?
it's-
Yeah, like a foot long.
Yeah, how big is a big ass centipede?
It is. It's about it's not that big. It's about a foot long, but
Like
it's
a
a lot.
garter snake?
It's a lot bigger. Yeah, it's like a garter snake. But
Okay.
all the rest of the centipede swarms are much smaller. They're like normal centipedes. You're like 2 or 3 inches long, but this one's like a foot long.
Got it.
Tapping out.
What?
long.
Right.
Were you saying what to me or to one of them?
Like, if I were to try and shoot at it with my short bow from where I'm standing now, would I be at a disadvantage? Because I'm so close?
No, only if it's right up next to you.
Okay, so I will take aim at that with my short bow. See if I can, like, pin it down or something.
Okay.
Does a 12 hit?
12 does not hit. Their arrow goes into the sort of cobblestone right next to it, and it just plink and sticks into the ground, but it does not hit.
And I'm guessing a short bow is not considered a light melee weapon?
Correct.
No, it's a ranged weapon. That's all I can do, so I'm just gonna, back it on up.
Beep, 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 beep.
All right.
Finny, you do something.
I am immediately going to cast Entangle on these little buggers. Did it work? Or I guess it always
Let's
works.
read.
It says creature. I read it very
It does.
carefully. It says-
Yeah, it has no...
And they are creatures.
Yeah, they are, and it does not specify a size. So even the tiniest little tendrils are grabbing individual centipedes.
Like my pea tendrils, yes. That's pea plant, not urine. For those of you who were wondering.
All right, so where do you want to place
I want
it?
to start at the here. Yoink. Like that. Just plug that entry right on up.
I like it.
Yeah, make a Bush joke there, why don't you?
All right, and these are strength.
Yep, 13.
I imagine centipedes aren't strong.
I'm hoping the little ones aren't, at least. That'll give us, that'll slow things down a little bit. Here's hoping. I'm feeling for you, Lux. I am feeling for you, and I'm doing my best.
It's nasty.
I like it one that it got a -2 on strength.
Wow. I feel that way sometimes.
Yeah, I have a -1, so my unarmed strike has a net effect of nothing.
It heals.
It's a 0, so it's like, why don't I just windmill my arms around and see what happens?
It seems that this entangle has been very, useful though.
Oh.
I do like it so far.
I love it. I think it slows them down. We can pick who we want to kill, focus on.
I mean, their strength of -4 is.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
So we'll say it's less entanglement and more just adding to the surface area that the centipedes have to travel through to get out. So they're basically just,
That's
just
a good way to look at it.
going around branches and, So yeah, at least the 3 in your vision, you can see that they're all kind of tangled up in the plant growth. Would you like to do anything else?
I don't have anything else to do. I'm just clutching my charmed stones and ready to hurl. But it is again my turn.
You're gonna throw rocks at centipedes.
Hey!
I think a bowling ball would be better in this instance.
I'll moonbeam that fucker if I have to.
So with a -4, they're gonna have to roll a 17 or higher to get out of this.
Awesome.
That seems challenging.
So this one is invisible, so you don't see it.
Wait, how is it getting through the
Oh,
entanglement?
man.
Because it was on the ceiling.
Come on.
But
What?
it still has difficulty passing through the terrain, right? So that's going to affect how far it can go.
It does affect.
Okay.
And okay, so entangle is not a concentration spell, is that correct? Nope.
It is. Yes, it is.
God damn it. Okay.
20.
So we have no awareness that this invisible thing is in there with us, right? Or
Correct.
can I hear it with my hearing?
You can make a.
I'd have no reason to be listening for it in particular, though.
An invisible creature is impossible to see without the aid of magic or a special sense. For the purpose of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. The creature's location can be detected by any noise it makes or any tracks it leaves. I will let you do a perception check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Is that for all of us?
Yes, if you would have a reason to think that an invisible giant centipede was crawling into the room.
I feel like I would be at this point extremely unhappy and hyper aware. Nope, not doing any good. I am once again just basically useless.
My 17 might hear something. The thing I'm pondering, people, is should I switch to fairy fire so that we can see this one that's invisible, or leave the entanglement in place? I think the entanglement is really helping us right now.
Yeah.
Finny, you do hear your ears sort of perk and turn to the right as you hear sort of a chittering along the upper wall and ceiling in the same chamber past where the entangle is. You don't know what it's coming from, but you can hear it.
Okay.
It's in the walls.
Yeah, above you.
I feel like you're using my personal information against me, Alex.
Yeah.
This encounter was set up already. I didn't make this on the fly. This was already going to happen.
You just made it all the better.
I don't know. You chose to give me the fear. Now it's crawling along the wall after me. I'm kind of
Raise your torch, Gareth, and yet we can't see it.
Okay.
And as a result, just so Lux doesn't feel like she's being targeted, Finny, I need you to make a saving throw, wisdom saving throw, please. All right, you made it.
There you go, sir.
So up on the ceiling, a second sort of giant centipede materializes, and
even. Really, out of nothing.
it does. It just sort of appears.
You're talking about the one that was invisible?
Right.
yeah.
The one that you could hear skittering along the wall and
Sorry, I thought
ceiling.
you meant another one in addition to that, so they were just.
No, it's not a third one.
Okay, all right, I'm okay.
And you could feel sort of a psychic push towards you as this thing tries to scare you. But, I mean, you're a sailor. I mean, you've seen stuff that would make most people turn white. So you're a big bug. There's nothing to be scared of here.
I am really mad that I'm rolling so shit today. I would like to at least take my rage out on these things, and I am not.
All right. So I have a question for my turn. So if there was an animal in this square, can they only come out to that one, or can they also come out to these on the side?
Right now, the three that are in the entanglement are fully entangled, so they can't move.
Right. But if somebody is in this square, can they move to this one?
Yes.
If they got out? Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to take a flask of oil, and I'm going to throw it and right to here, to the entranceway, so it smashes and fills up that 5-foot square.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell, "Light it up!" And then I'm going to make a move here. And do I have the ability to attack it?
What you're doing this?
Are there rules as far as how large of a space a flask of oil fills when it's smashed? There it is.
Yep, 5-foot square. I can throw it up to 20 feet.
So what square do you want to place it in?
I'll go ahead and throw it in this one, because anything passing in it or passing through it would take the damage.
All right, let me get some sort of indicator for that.
I picked a good
Oil
one.
can.
Oil can.
We'll use this one.
That's big.
Just so we know where it went. I don't have I searched real quick for an oil spill, but there weren't any available graphics for that, so I'm using my darkness spell. All right, so as an action, you're throwing your flask. All right, so flask of oil in that spot.
Yep.
You're moving to where you are now?
Yeah, I wanted to get within one reach in hopes that if I had any movements left, I could attack this thing here.
Gareth has a lantern he could throw in that oil.
Then I couldn't see.
You can still see.
I mean, it
would be fire. It would be burning in the room right there.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right.
Or would
So
it
do I have enough movements left to attack it?
well, movement and attack are two different things.
I'm sorry. Do I have enough? Whatever.
Can he attack?
Your action was throwing the flask.
Okay, gotcha. So I got my turn's back. Gotcha.
So you move in a little bit closer and you throw a flask of oil, which smashes into the vines and the centipede swarm. And now you are trapped. Another strength check to see if we can find our way out of this mess. Nope.
Excellent.
Now Gareth is up.
So you said that the one down south of me has revealed itself?
It has.
All right, I'm
healing.
with my long sword.
You will have to make an athletics check because you have to jump. You have to jump up into the air to hit it because it's up in like the crook of the wall and the ceiling in that corner.
Okay, so is that going to be an athletics check and then a regular attack?
If you succeed with the athletics check, yes. Gotta go. You succeeded. Oh yeah. Oh my God. You got a +5. You just dunked it. Oh my God.
Yeah, baby.
Now watch me biff watch me biff the attack.
No.
No, slash that son of a bitch.
This is gonna be good stuff right here.
You did not biff it.
Wow.
Oh, you the exterminator.
I'm
Well, I've
taking
got
all
a
the
plus
biffing
5.
on for everyone.
I've got a +5 and a +6 on those 2 rolls, so like I didn't have to like do very good.
Still, it looks really impressive from where we're standing. And Mel, thank you for being the Biff Sync. I know it sucks.
So there is this horrible half, like you hear it with your ears and half you hear it in your mind. This horrible banshee-like screech as this thing dies, and you cut the centipede in half, and as it falls, the 2 halves change shape, and it turns into a weird winged humanoid leathery creature in 2 pieces that splats onto the ground, and the ichor and the blood coming out of this thing just sort of splash, and it tastes like vinegar, and
What?
What kind of vinegar? Like white vinegar, apple cider vinegar?
It's like an apple cider vinegar. It's not too bad.
Okay.
It's
So it
kind of
actually like, has
tasty.
some healing properties.
Yeah.
I rub it and like get some crystals into some essential oils and cured.
So, with some bubbly water and, have a nice time.
Is that the one that I was fearful of?
No, that was the new one that tried to fear Finny.
But yeah, it was on the ceiling coming towards you, so you were not a fan. The bat creature, does it look like the really sad bat transformation of the new vampire on What We Do in the Shadows?
Kinda, a bit. Yeah, I mean, the wings it actually has 6 limbs, so the wings are coming out of the back rather than being its arms.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's not too far off. It has big ears. It's more reddish. Its flesh is more red than tan colored, but
Pale. Okay.
yeah.
All right, good to know. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, Gareth. Is that it for you?
Is that enough for everyone?
Yeah,
that was wonderful.
I think you did quite well.
I'm probably a little freaked out by.
I would clean your blade really well just in case.
You are the Orchid Man.
Oh, nice.
We're the Orcan Army. All right. Frighten Lux.
So I'm going to attempt to cast a fireball, I suppose.
Fireball.
No, firebolt, I guess is what it's called.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fireball is totally different. Fireball, you'd be looking at something like that.
Yeah, I don't want to waste. When I'm at disadvantage, I don't want to waste a spell slot. So we're gonna try that. I'm gonna try and attack something. No.
Who are you? What are you attacking?
This. Can I attack the thing that I'm afraid of?
You can. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm attempting to.
You get disadvantage, but you can.
Yeah. So I don't know if that hits or not, and
it does not
roll no matter what, so it doesn't matter.
It does not hit, unfortunately. The bolt.
Was a shit roll for no damage anyhow. So.
Did it ignite the oil?
That's a good question. I guess there's a chance that it could. Let's say there are 6 squares. There are 9 squares. What's 100 divided by 9?
Yeah, slightly more.
Somewhere
than
around 10.
Close to 11, 10.
So we'll say a 10% chance that it ignites that particular square. So let's roll percentage dice.
Let's hear for one.
Nope, got a 99. So no, it did not hit the square with the oil, unfortunately. So it did not ignite. That'd have been cool though. All right, would you like to move anywhere? Or are you going to stay put?
I'm gonna stay back here.
Okay. Oh my God, he actually broke free. I think. What was my thing? 15? Was it a 15 or a 13?
13.
Oh, so he broke free.
Yeah.
All right, so this giant centipede has broken out of the restraints and it turns invisible.
Isn't breaking out its action?
Yes, I was hoping that was a reaction or a bonus action, but it is not. It's an actual action. So instead, it will look at Thoradin and judge him harshly.
Nice.
And it is Lee's turn.
Right. Like there. So yeah, I can have a pretty good shot at this closet. So I'll take aim with... I'll reload and take aim with my short bow again at it.
All right, and you do get sneak attack damage.
Nice. Hope it does something.
Oh, you missed.
It does fuck off.
It does fuck all.
Kind of like most of my rolls this entire encounter.
One of the entanglement vines reaches up and snatches the arrow out of the sky because it thinks it's doing a good job, and it says, "Yeah, me," and it pulls its arrow inside.
On my vines.
So I stand in the corner pouting, I guess.
All right.
My aim has gone to crap.
All right, I throw a magic stone at the closet in the front. All right.
Oh
Do
no!
not hit. I really do not hit. Darn it.
Alex is like, just to fuck with you about how nice I actually am.
Yes.
I'm not making anyone use this.
No, I agree.
I'm just
appreciate it.
suggesting it because it's fun. All right, so
Swarm
Finny,
of
you're gonna,
centipedes.
who are not going to be able to break out of this entangle unless I roll really high. Nope.
I really am so grateful for your entangle. Thoradin, chop its fucking head off.
Yeah, chop it to little bits. Mince it.
Fucking chop.
Slap chop.
Fucking
Yes.
chop.
Nice.
I need fire.
Just
So
chop
many
it.
pieces.
Yes.
Yay!
All right, I'm not scared no more.
Woohoo!
You are not scared no
I
more.
was turned on and excited by the chopping.
There's a whole swarm of centipedes I want to burn.
Yep, we need some flame for that oil.
I got you.
We can listen to them pop like chestnuts in the fire.
Now that I have no
man,
disadvantage, I plan on raining down a shitstorm of fire.
Centipedes
That's the next
roasting
available.
on an open fire.
Yeah.
Jack Frost
Oh, good.
nipping at your
Centipede
nose.
Crispy one.
You need to
I
sing
am
more
also
honey.
working on drinking an entire bottle of wine today.
Are you?
Thoradin, are you going to move or are you going to stay where you are?
Failing in that endeavor. I think on our next break I will have a little wine.
Oh, you're moving in. He's moving in.
Ooh.
Yeah, because if they don't light the fire, I'm gonna start swinging.
They didn't light the fire. It was always
okay
burning
there.
since the world was turning. Everyone sing along.
Here, jump back toward it.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the range of this is and how big an area. Okay, no, we'll be good. Go ahead, Gareth. Fuck him up.
Yep.
Gareth is not next.
Oh, they have to try and break out. Sorry.
Yep.
Too. Yeah.
Nope.
No way.
I think that's no.
All right. I'm gonna, I guess, come up about. Am I there? And I'm gonna like take my torch and kind of reach down and.
Touched it.
I want to light the oil with my torch, but I also like don't want to be close enough where I'm gonna like flame myself. If that makes sense.
Oops.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Come on. I didn't do that on purpose. There you are. Okay. Move you back. Get a hold of this. Get rid of it. Get a hold of this. Put it in back. pull this up. Fire. That'll work.
Light the fire.
Light it.
All right, so throw the oil flask into chat again so we can see what the deal is.
All right, and boom.
Takes a minute to dry.
So did you make a ranged attack against the centipede to see if you actually hit it rather than the area around it?
Does it? I mean, he put it in the.
Well, it says you have to make
5 foot.
to put the flask onto a creature. You have to make a ranged attack against the target creature or object, treating it as
I didn't have to even hit the creature. I'm trying to break it on the ground. We light it, and it's a fire, and they're in the spot. We're just burning like trash.
So the centipedes themselves are not covered in oil. It's just the ground around them.
I mean, I say make that spell attack. In worst case, it's the ground around them, and it might be directly on them.
I think it's that 5 foot square's on fire, and they're in it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way they can escape it because it's not like they're 6 feet tall and they can step out of it in a step.
Yeah,
I am not arguing the logistics. Right. I am just saying the description calls for a ranged attack.
Okay, do you want me to roll for that then, or
sure?
Official?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
so
it can't hurt.
What am I ranging? I'm trying to think if I have. Is there a ranged attack?
Just just make a D20 roll plus your dexterity bonus.
Plus my there's a D20 and my dexterity bonus is +2.
All right, so you got a 13, which they have an AC of 11, so that hits.
Yay! Light them up.
Not only the ground, but also the swarm is covered. That's nice.
Yes.
Right. My idea was I was trying to light up the area because if there's any more coming through, they take damage as they come through.
Right.
And I figured I have a harder time hitting individual little swarm than a beast, so that's why I thought I went after the one large one individually.
They take, according to the description, they take more damage if they themselves are the target of the oil rather than just being in the area of the oil. So they take, after Gareth lights it, they take 5 points of damage, of fire damage from the oil itself.
Oh, yeah.
From the flames. And it's not red yet. Swarms are tricky because they're considered one entity, even though there are multiple centipedes within the group. So basically, as you take away hit points, you're making the swarm smaller, basically.
Damn right. Fuck that swarm of centipedes.
But they are still restrained.
So they'll burn next turn, hopefully, too.
All right, so Gareth, you reach down with your torch and you lit the oil. It flares up. It's a little painful for Finny because you're getting sort of the psychic backlash of these plants that you created are suddenly burning alive.
Okay.
So it's not pleasant for you.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It's not. I just made it up.
Hacked at it.
Okay.
But it makes sense. I mean, she's a druid. She just created this life, and it's now being burnt. So it makes sense that I'm not saying she takes hit point damage, but she doesn't. But she doesn't like it.
Therapist damage.
Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay.
So now, Gareth, did you have anything else?
I think that's my action.
So, just so I can understand, there's 2 swarms currently, correct? There's this swarm, which is on fire, correct?
In game terms, there are 2 swarms. In what your characters are seeing, there's just a mass of fucking centipedes coming out of this hallway. There's one that's a little bit closer, like there's like a front edge, and then one that's a little bit further back. But it just looks like just a mass of centipedes all coming out.
But the front edge is on fire and the back edge is not.
Correct. There's like a fire in the doorway that this plant, the oil and the plant matter is all burning, and they're having to pass through it, but they're currently stuck because of all of these little tiny vines that are making it difficult for them to get through. So they're basically like stuck in place right now.
All right, so I am going to cast Chromatic Orb at level 1 on a little further back where the pile is, just to make sure everything is burning. And we're going to make that fire damage for 15.
15's a hit.
That's 15 damage then.
Yeah, that's huge.
Dang.
Wow. It does not say. It does not say.
If it doesn't say, then it probably doesn't set things on fire in the same space, since it's sort of a magical
stand by
effect.
that.
But you did like huge damage to the swarm, like more than half of these centipedes just instantly fried to a crisp and fell to the
Perfect.
ground.
I feel good about that. I can set them on actual fire later. I just need it.
She's like, I gotta make sure I still got it. I got it.
I still got it.
Come on, Lee. Stab the fuck out of those centipedes. Stabby!
Okay.
Sorry, I feel very strongly about these centipedes.
So I'm gonna come up here and like, how big are these like regular looking size centipedes?
They're only like, each one is only like an inch to 2 or 3 inches long. There's just a lot of them. So when you're attacking a swarm, you're just basically you're just like sweeping through and trying to kill as many of them as possible.
Put on your big shoes and stomp.
I was gonna say, can we put on our big boots?
Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna wildly go at it with my dagger. Because my unarmed strike
It's like,
my unarmed strike is literally 0 hit points. So I'm
what?
hungry.
Your unarmed strike it. Oh, like if you were trying to punch them?
Yeah, because it's +1, and then you add your strength modifier, which for me is -1, so it's just absolutely useless.
Oh, critical miss.
So on the first, I stabbed.
Let's see what would have happened.
You stab your toe.
They're hard. I mean, they are hard to stab. They're on fire. They're small. They're entangled.
So you did 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 points of damage to the on fire burny swarm. So you take out a pretty good swath of them with your dagger. You're just sort of, it's like you're shaving. You're just like bringing it across and just smashing them as you go.
I like to imagine I'm like actually not stabbing them. I like turn my dagger like 90 degrees. I'm just like smashing the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Stabby.
Like butter.
Wait. Since they're restrained, doesn't she have advantage on the second attack?
Yeah.
That I believe you're right. Yeah. So another 4 points.
4.
Pop a few more crispy balls.
Yes. Yes, they died.
Into a nice.
God, it feels
You
so good.
hungry hippode the hell out of them. That's awesome. Pop them all up.
I'm so glad they're dead.
So more?
That's what my grandma told me.
It looks like there's maybe still some life left in the one that's like behind him. I'm gonna back up a little bit out of like the fiery area.
They're not dead. Yeah, the on fire.
Bye.
Okay, so
Bye.
can I guess I'm gonna moonbeam it. I kind of don't want to use. Okay, so I'm going to unentangle them. Let me yeet that away. Okay, good. And move up.
Oh, because they're partially damaged. That's why it looks like a poop stain.
It does kind of.
They are a poop stain.
You're not wrong. It looks like that card in Joking Hazard with the guy flying away with it flapping his arms.
Yeah.
Isn't that game fabulous?
So you're casting Moonbeam.
Moonbeam on this area. Yeah.
Didn't I made you a thing, didn't I? I did.
I think
There's Moonbeam.
Oh, it's so pretty. All right. Oops.
Ding.
Moonbeaming. All right. So they, if you want to see,
than 2 butt
what
cheeks.
happens to them. It is better than 2 butt cheeks.
Oh, you just gave me an idea.
It depends on the butt.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I'm changing the token.
Lux is just happily chilling back here.
Okay.
Where do you find
2d10
opalescent
radiant-
feldspar? That's what I want to know.
Up your butt.
Whoa. Hey.
Around the corner.
Come on. Settle down now there. Come on. All right, Charles
You all
Manson.
thought Jackie was the nice one.
Right? Oh, I love it. Dude, 2d10 radiant damage on a failed save.
I was trying to say that in my best bad Janet voice, but
Oh, I love that.
Oh my God, I love you.
God.
So a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
They're really, honestly, not great at any of their saving throws, but this is one of the better ones.
Oh, shit.
Oh, they hit
wow.
it.
Good.
they're decently constituted.
Constitution and Dexterity are their best stats.
So, is
So half-
the fire is still going between us and that
Yes.
storm.
I
as
still
we
don't-
go.
It lasts for 2 rounds, so I'm suspecting. I
Okay,
think
so
at
they
the
get
end
half
of
of
each
that?
round it ends, probably.
Well, it rolled for damage automatically in your attack
Oh, it did?
roll, didn't it? Didn't it? Yeah, it did. 2d10.
Yeah.
So you did
So
16.
8. Oh, you're right. Okay, so they get 8. Sorry. Good. That's better. I like that.
And you move the moonbeam.
Yes!
Yay!
Huzzah!
Lux
That's
feels
great.
much better about this. I'm not really feeling moving forward.
Well, we don't want to walk through the flame anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, at the end.
Actually, it only lasts for 2 rounds. Is that right?
Yeah. So it probably burns out at the end of this round anyway.
Another
Pretty soon.
couple
Yeah.
seconds, yeah.
All right, and I stopped concentrating on my moonbeam, so my moonbeam can go away, even though it's very pretty. Or can we just have it follow along with us? Can I control where it goes?
Yep.
I mean, it can be like a balloon on a string, and we'll just take it with us.
Constant for up to 1 minute. So for 60 seconds, you can have the moonbeam following you.
Okay, well, just as we go down this thing, I might as well take it with me, like a balloon on a string.
Okay,
All right, so
Hey guys, don't walk through my moonbeam. Okay.
I do what I want.
this is a free country.
I can hear nothing constructive right now.
Back by it.
So
Rounding the corner, and I'm making.
okay, wait. It is 6:30. We've been playing for 3.5 hours. What time did everyone want to play until?
If I could have 30 minutes to feed my children, I could play past till late, very late.
I'm flexible.
Ooh.
So we want to pick back up at like 8:30 maybe and play
No, I
till
wanna
late.
go to your house. All
So do
right.
you want to say 7:30?
7:30.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay.
See you then, people.
7:30.
Ready then.